Hey, it's Lexi. Today I thought it'd be fun to do a video on the tack that I use for barrel racing both at home and also at a rodeo or barrel race. I did do one of these videos, I think back in 2016, but almost all of my tack has changed since then, so I thought it'd be really interesting to show the differences and give some recommendations. It is definitely winter here in the Lower Land of BC. Kaya? But it has definitely warmed up a lot today. It's pretty warm, so I'm not excited for all of this to melt. Dita, you're so cute. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was my horse's back on track stuff. So this is really important to her and I take it everywhere I go, but I also use it at home. If she's sore, it works wonders. Just bundle her all up in it. And especially when it's really cold out here, I like to put it all on her before I ride just to warm up her muscles. And I do want to say, yes, back on track is very expensive. I acquired all of my back on track stuff over a long period of time. I saved up, I asked for stuff for Christmas and birthdays, and it took a long time, but here we are. So, I mean, if you work hard, and it was something that I thought was really important to have because it definitely makes her pretty comfortable. The first thing I put on her when I'm tacking up, and I've already brushed her, but is her saddle pad, and it's just simple, light. It was $20 from a used tack sale. Her saddle fits really good, so we don't need much, and I guess it's Cowboy's Choice brand, but again, I just bought it used, so it didn't really mean much to me. Her saddle is a C3 by Jeff Smith. I saved up for a long time to buy this. I actually started out with a $350 saddle, and it worked great. So, I mean, you don't need the fanciest tack, but this was really important to me, and I worked a long time. So, I mean, work hard, you can achieve great things. It's not fancy, it's just simple, but it fits her amazing, and it's really comfortable. I stand by these saddles. I absolutely love mine. It was worth every penny. And I know it's not realistic for everybody, but if you have the opportunity, just save up. And her stirrups that I have on this saddle are just really cheap aluminum. They're so old. I need to get new ones, but I love them so much. They're just so comfortable and familiar that it's going to hurt to put new ones on, but they're just simple aluminum. I want to mention that my wither strap I use most of the time is signed by Jackie Ganter, and this is really encouraging to look at because she wrote "Do the Impossible" on it, and I just love to be able to look at that whenever I'm discouraged when riding. It just brings up my spirits. And our breast collars kind of change depending on the shirt I'm wearing or the mood. I don't use them at home. I just don't need to. Her saddle fits her great. So just for racing, I use them, and we have many, but I've actually only spent over $100 on one of them, so they're all pretty cost effective. Like, I bought them all used except for one, so you can do it. Her boots, again, I keep them pretty simple. When I'm racing, I always use all 4 boots as well as bell boots. These fronts are Professional Choice. They're just plain black. I do have other colors, but I use these black ones a ton. And they're pretty old, but they work. They do the job. And her hind boots are Cavallo, I think I'm saying that right. And I really love these because they go up really high. They're super protective, especially on that little bit sketchy rodeo ground. I just feel really confident putting these on my horse. And they have that hard piece in the middle, or in the middle, that I think just really adds to the boot, and I really like them. And they're super durable. They're really old. I mean, they're breaking. I'm going to have to get new ones soon, but her bell boots are just Professional's Choice, but I do use other brands as well. So when I'm riding at home, and sometimes for races, I love to use polos, but I want to say if you're using polos, make sure you're using them correctly. Get someone to show you and practice, and get someone to watch you practice, and be careful. If you're not confident, just don't use them. So for her bridle, I just have a loose ring snaffle, and this is what I use for racing. This is her racing setup. I use a tie down. I have a few, but again, I've never bought one brand new. I've always had them used. Her mule tape reins I love. They don't have knots. I find knots a little annoying, but that's just my personal preference. I use bit guards as well, so she didn't get any pinches, and that's pretty much it for that. Her headstall, I absolutely adore this headstall. The detailing is amazing. I absolutely love the little daisies on the middle parts. It's from Frontier Western Shop. I think that's what it's called. And it's amazing quality. I absolutely adore this bridle. Headstall. It's my favorite, and yeah. So when I'm just riding at home, I love to use split reins. Again, just a little snaffle. This one's a D-ring. And my favorite part about this setup is the throat latch. Kind of silly, but I saw it at a tack store. I just had to have it. I think it's Weaver. I love the detailing. It's beautiful. And I just use split reins. These are Herman Oak leather. They felt like butter immediately as I got them. They're from Frontier Western Shop in Canada, and I love them. I wish I could have 100 pairs. This is just a really simple headstall, just for riding at home, and it's not much. I think it's also Weaver. I won it at a rodeo a long time ago. So that's it, and I just want to say that what's most important when you're looking at tack is that your horse is comfortable. Get what fits them. You don't need the fanciest tack. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Simple and light is how I like to keep everything, and it is fun to coordinate colors, but at the end of the day, I just want my horse to be comfortable, and in this game, it's a race, so keeping everything really light is going to work in your benefit. So that's it, and hope you have a great day.